As we approached Oslo, Norway, we were treated to a delightful ride through the fjord that went from the open sea in the North Sea up to the city of Oslo. The islands, the beauty, the calmness, the sky, everything was just absolutely pristine. And it was a wonderful thing to enjoy early in the morning.
YOLO adventure, live your dreams, chase the sunsets, follow streams. One life, one chance, come explore. YOLO adventure, there's so much more. Dive in deep, climb up high, touch the stars, reach for the sky.
The architecture of Norway has evolved in response to changing economic conditions, technological advances, demographic fluctuations, and cultural shifts. While outside architectural influences are apparent in much of the architecture that we saw, they've often been adapted to meet Norwegian climate conditions, including harsh winters, high winds, and in the coastal area, salt spray. The trends in architecture also are seen to parallel political and societal changes in Norway over the centuries. Prior to the Viking Age, wooden structures developed into sophisticated craft, evident in the elegant and effective construction of the Viking longships. We visited the Norsk Folkemuseum, or the Norwegian Museum of Cultural History. It's just outside downtown Oslo, Norway, and it's a museum of cultural history with extensive collections of artifacts, but more importantly, it's an outdoor, open-air museum with more than 150 buildings relocated from their towns and rural districts to make up this very interesting museum. Among the museum's more significant buildings are the 13th century Stave Church, which was incorporated into the Norsk Folkemuseum in 1907. The church is one of 5 medieval buildings at the museum, which also includes the 14th century Roland farmhouse and the 1865 tenement building locating on the other end of the park, which we didn't see.
People kind of think of like the big four Vikings, but they, this kind of area would be more kind of secluded and not close to any diseases.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can see from the darkness of the woods getting more and more soothed the higher up it goes. So this was the center. They made 2 entrances that were like one facing like the havregrøt, what's it called in like the cooked barley and like the grains, the food, the porridges, thank you. The porridges, they would all be in one big bowl The only thing that was individual were the spoons. So these were all stored in a crack in the wall. The way to clean them was like this on your work clothes, and you put it in there because it's your individual spoon. That's it. Used to treat so if you go up close to your nose, you smell the I can't guide you inside, but please go and have a look inside.
We are now in the Vigeland Sculpture Park. It's a signature park by Gustav Vigeland, a very, very famous sculptor. It's in the Frogner Park with more than 200 sculptures that Vigeland designed between 1869 and 1943 in bronze, in granite, and cast iron, including the Angry Boy and the Monolith and the Wheel of Life. Vigeland also was responsible for the design and the architecture outline of the park, which is one of Norway's top tourist attractions with more than 1 million annual visitors. The park sculptures are famous because they symbolize a person's life, everything from emotions of joy, anger, and sorrow, the growth process of life, illness, and death, to the intertwining of feelings between people. While there are some larger sculpture parks around the world, Vigeland is the largest one where all the statues have been created by the same artist. Not only did Gustav make all 212 bronze, granite, and cast iron sculptures designed in the park, but he also acquired and designed the outline of the park itself.
Sculpture garden in Oslo, Norway, and we're walking about a mile through the park, which I understand is a lot larger, and all of these sculptures are about humankind and embracing family, love, emotions. Quite the journey.
This obelisk was sculptured in place. The piece of granite came from a distance away in Norway, and it was brought here to the park and mounted up on this pedestal, and then it was carved in place. Amazing feat.
Where they come from in the country, or where their parents or grandparents come from. So here you see the bunader, it says norske bunader. That's the traditional dresses. It has been here since the 1880s, and it was extended several times. The version you see now is from 2010, 2011-ish. It was also used during the Olympics, hence the Olympics rings on the left-hand side. So all the way up you see the blue bench, that's where they're sitting. The white bit is where they're still in touch with the ski jump. That sign is especially for you, eh?
The team.
YOLO adventure.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. And we'll see you in the next video.
YOLO adventure. There's so much more.